And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
Because, you know, I don't think you'd mind me telling the story. They're struggling.
Okay.
And why?
Welcome.
Well, I want to ask you, and again, so if everybody knows, right, me and Jimmy, we talk, maybe 3-4 times a week, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, most of the time it's about personal life, about, his life in Florida and my life in New York. And either we're happy or we're bitching about something. And it's not necessarily about a person. It just might be about the weather or whatever, right? Whatever old men talk about,
Great. What? Go ahead.
But,
Jesus.
When we do talk business about the show, me and Jimmy are usually aligned, but in some cases we're not aligned, right? And, I'm on a mode right now where I'm getting pissed off. I keep repeating it, that I'm seeing these podcasts. We talked about this last week. I still haven't gotten off it, that I don't find them entertaining. Like, there's certain people I find entertaining. I get it. But I go, how the fuck? So, again, I don't want to, stick on this Lee Cole thing, all right? But it's starting to bother me now. The guy has one subject, okay? He brought Joe Lowry with him, who used to be on this channel. Everybody knows that Jimmy doesn't care about Joe Lowry. Everybody else on the channel could care less about Joe Lowry. Mike Monty hates Joe Lowry. I hate him. I hate him to my core, okay? But that's my own problem, right? But anyway, how does a Lee Cole program do better? A possible borderline Hall of Famer, really should be a Hall of Famer, the great Marty Jannetty. How is that channel doing better than Marty Jannetty when their subject is about Vince McMahon and all lies? I don't understand it, Jimmy, and it's killing me. Listen, I'll be fair. We had Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. 10,000 views. We had Wendy Rick. They're good interviews. They're not shit interviews, okay? They're great interviews.
Right.
Fuck good. They're great. And then there's Lee Cole. Look, someone mentioned WSI. Okay. Here's the deal. Who was it? I'm sorry. It's RJ. RJ. I'm not stupid, right? Me and Jimmy talk about the kid from England too. The kid's talented, okay? I'm not stupid there. I get it. He does canned video. He was smart. Mm-hmm. He got Dutch Mantel. If business checks out of it, he's a smart businessman.
Yeah.
WSI and Lee Cole shouldn't even be in the same subject line.
Not at all.
Okay?
Not at all.
All right, so I'm handing the ball to you, Jimmy. Tell me
the problem.
What my fucking problem is.
It's not. Look, your only problem is that you're concentrating on something that I see as obvious. Okay, we're living in a day where isolated hate of a certain subject, whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's Vince McMahon, whether it's Israel, whatever it may be, isolated hate and concentrating on that isolated subject to hate on is very in right now. Very, very in. Okay? Everyone's choosing sides, not realizing that through division, we're getting subtraction. All right? I'm smart enough to see all of that. I apologize for having complete clarity when it comes to the human race, but I can see very clearly. All right? It's an absolute disaster. And the reason why Lee Cole is able to, week after week, get people to jump on board is because he's concentrating on his isolated hate for Vince McMahon. And there are plenty of sheep more than willing to follow straight into the water with the concrete brick tied to their ankle. Okay? It just happened this past week. I'm seeing comments on the internet regarding what happened over the weekend. It's sickening. Absolutely disgusting. Isolated hate is running wild, brother.
Well, We'll cover that at the main show, dude. We'll cover that.
Right. I got you. I got you. The main point, though, Mike, is that it's obvious. It's isolated hate, and it's something that everybody that is on board with that program can jump onto. Hate is very popular nowadays. Another warning sign coming from above.
Speaking about Mr. McMahon, a spokesman, lawyer, as far as there is a petition out, Jimmy, that Janel Grant put against the Vince McMahon's wellness doctor. The story is basically this guy, Dr. Coker, who has helped out. He's a huge professional athletic guy. He's a proponent of steroids. He's a proponent of natural health, eating, things like that. Vince goes to him regularly. So I guess when he was in that, he sent her there, and he would pay for her visits. Okay. Anyway, I'll read this to you. Miss Grant's petition of the pre-action discovery against Dr. Coulter is a direct violation of the court-ordered stay, and nothing more than an attempt to generate publicity on her false allegations to harass people connected to Vince McMahon, who's being sued by Miss Grant in a separate matter. The facts are that Miss Grant told Mr. McMahon she was fatigued and asked him to recommend a doctor. Miss Grant called Dr. Coulter Her statement is inconsistent with her prior remarks. Miss Grant never had anything but good things to say about the doctor when speaking to McMahon about it. Thoughts on this one, Jimmy?
Well, I'm a little confused here. What is the situation with the doctor? She wants the doctor to testify on her behalf or something, or to not testify because it goes against what her agenda is. Which is it?
Well, I think she's filing. Understand it, right? And people could correct me on that. I think she's also filing a separate lawsuit trying to prove that that Vince. I'm sorry. That she's claiming that the doctor drugged her for years, and she wasn't of clear mind. That's why she could not get out of her relationship with Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So she's now bringing up, and she's also claiming that the doctor, from what I understand, had sex with her.
Oh, okay. So for years, this is very parallel to Vince. So for years, she went to this doctor for free, took the medications, loaded up on them, and now she's decided it's everybody else's fault again. She's very consistent with blaming everybody but herself. That's what it sounds like to me. And now the doctor took advantage of her too, huh? That she got a stool sample from the doctor. Dr. Doolittle. I'm serious. Does she?
What point is this? At what point is Jimmy? When is this going away? And let me ask you this: should people be held liable for going on the internet saying that they've got inside information and this is coming down and this is going to happen when they're basically lying?
Well, it's the old fake news, isn't it? Isn't that fake news? Sounds like fake news, which is very real.
All right, let me challenge you a little more. Let me challenge you a little more. Throw rocks at a man with a machine gun. Do you think someone who's a convicted kidnapper and someone who admitted to being a superior drug user and suicidal have a right to comment on Vince McMahon's situation? Of course, they have the right. It's free to America. But do you feel that you should feel stupid to even comment on it? How's that?
Well, whatever that person feels is obviously.
By the way, Cannabis, and I hope I'm saying that right, buddy. She needs to take a polygraph, guys.
Yeah. Well, obviously, someone with that sort of background tells themselves a lot of lies every day to get out of bed. I would hold no stock in that person, but that's me. Again, like I said, if you're picking an isolated hate agenda, there's going to be plenty of idiotic brainwashed people that are going to run alongside with you. You know? I don't think that this is the sharpest knife in the drawer, and I certainly wouldn't be reaching for it to carve my steak. So I wouldn't take it seriously at all. Unfortunately, others do. I can't change their minds. If that's the song you want to listen to and you like out of tune music, go ahead, knock yourself out. Just give me earplugs. Let me know when it's over.
I mean, it comes a point where, I mean, I saw a video out there where they were talking about Macho Man Savage, Stephanie McMahon. It's like, at what point does this shit even matter anymore? Seriously.
Well, at what point do you think that the person telling you this information has any valid information anyway? I think that that's the most insulting thing of all. How the fuck would you know? You know? The only one who really knows is Stephanie, and if she confided in anybody else about it. Macho's gone. His brother's gone. You know, they're gone. You know? So the only one who would really know is Stephanie, and if she ever confided in
Lanny
either.
story with us? Did Lanny ever share that with us?